guys, welcome back to our channel. Today is another Bible study, and today's Bible study is going to be Proverbs 9. And so this proverb is all about wisdom and what the way of folly looks like. It really intrigues me on how to get wisdom because I want to be smart, don't we all? And so I enjoy passages in the Bible like this. There are 18 verses in this chapter, and we're going to try to get through all of them. So let's start with the way of wisdom, which are verses 1 through 12, and it says, "Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her beast. She has mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her young women to call from the highest place in town. Whoever is simple, let him turn and hear. To him who lacks sense, she says, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and live, and walk in the way of insight." Actually, I'm going to stop there, which is verse 6. Let's go over those. So it's given like the basics of what a house of wisdom looks like. And the commentary here says, "It is the picture of prudence, strength, riches, and honor." In verse 1, it talks about how the house is held up with 7 pillars. It says in the commentary that 7 is like a symbolic number in the Bible. So maybe it has something to do with that, like a symbol of perfection. Maybe what perfect wisdom looks like. Then it talks about whoever is simple, let him turn and hear. To him who lacks sense, she says, Come and eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. So here's just a picture of someone who has wisdom and wants to share that with others and wants to use that wisdom to build up others. And on the flip side of that, the commentary kind of talks about how someone who isn't wise often brings other people in, but that doesn't typically end up in like the building up of that person either. Talks about how they remain simple or they just continue to fall into this pattern of foolishness. Then 7 through 12 say, "Whoever corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he who reproves a wicked man incurs injury. Do not reprove a scoffer, or he will hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is insight. For by me your days will be multiplied, and years will be added to your life. If you are wise for yourself. If you scoff, you alone will bear it." It talks about reproving a wicked man or, trying to give wisdom or insight to someone who is known for wickedness, how you'll get yourself abused and injured, and that man will hate you. We've all probably been there where we've tried to, tried to help somebody along or try to give them a different perspective on something, and they're just like not hearing it whatsoever. They end up getting mad at you. So I guess there's been those people from the beginning of time. I don't know, but it's definitely a different mindset, and that's what I see here in verses 7 through 12 is you have someone who's got that like hard shell mindset that it doesn't matter what you say or how lovingly you try to say it or help them to understand things in a different way. You're never going to say it right, and they're always going to get offended by it no matter what it is. And then in verses 9 through 12, you have someone who is open to hearing different perspectives, and they use that to gain knowledge and to understand things more as a whole. It says, "The point here is twofold. If a person desires to be wise, he must examine how his heart responds to wise reproof or correction. In order to be wise with others, he must have the prudence to observe other people's actions. It is clear that the wise or righteous person does not rest content with his attainment, nor is he presented as morally perfect. He still becomes wiser and will increase in learning through correction." It just seems like a mindset thing to me. You've got someone who is unwilling to see a different perspective, and then someone who is willing to see a different perspective, and the person who is willing to see a different perspective gains wisdom. And then verses 13 through 18 are it's titled in my Bible, "The Way of Folly." And that says, "The woman folly is loud. She is seductive and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house. She takes a seat on the highest place of the town, calling to those who pass by, who are going straight on their own way. Whoever is simple, let him turn and hear. And to him who lacks sense, she says, Stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of Sheol." So The woman of folly is loud, seductive, and knows nothing. So those are things that we don't want to be. It kind of contrasts it with the woman of wisdom. She lacks sense and she is proud of having stolen water and bread, whereas the wise person in the portion before that was proud to make stuff on their own and use that to share. They're also calling people in, but like I mentioned at the beginning of this, they're calling people in to kind of keep them on their level or just enjoy in foolishness with them. The commentary on this says, "The one who heeds folly's call does not know it, her way ends to death." And then it references Proverbs 7:27, which says, "Her house is the way to Sheol, going down to the chambers of death." Well, I think what it's kind of pointing to there is how the foolish ways a lot of times, or folly, looks good, and the devil has its way of doing that, making everything that is wrong and everything that goes against God look tempting or look good or fun or however you want to put that. They don't realize that the end in that is death. Or in here it says, "But he does not know that the dead are there and that the guests are in the depths of Sheol." So that's kind of the end of the verses, and then I'm going to wrap it up with something that the commentary says here. It says, "The force of the contrast with the end way of wisdom throughout this section makes the point clear that this refers not simply to physical death, but to the spiritual reality bound up with where the path is headed." This is definitely like a bigger picture thing. It's your overall stance and position that you're taking on your everyday life and how that's going to affect your eternity. So that is it for today's study. I hope you guys enjoyed doing a Bible study with me. We post Bible studies every Monday, and then we also post on Wednesdays and Fridays. On Wednesdays, we post some kind of faith-based content. Right now, we're doing weird Bible words, looking up different words in the Bible and trying to figure out what they mean so that we can better understand the Bible when we're reading it. And then on Fridays, we do some kind of fun video. So we hope you guys will check those out if you're interested. Other than that, I hope you have a good day, have a good week, and don't forget to shine. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.